Alright, before I show you the main technique behind this picture, I just want to show you the lighting that I'm using and my camera setup. I'm just using an external flash with an umbrella over it to soften the light. It's about at a 45-degree angle from where I'm going to shoot. And my camera is on a sturdy tripod and it's on manual mode. So I'm using a manual aperture, manual shutter speed, manual focus, manual white balance, and manual ISO. All of those are controlled by me and not the camera. Alright, so how do you take pictures of floating fruit? What we're going to do is we're going to cut the banana on a plate. Don't hold it and cut it because the pieces will go everywhere if you do that and it makes a mess. So after you cut it, you're just going to place a shish kebab stick into the banana. And on this one I made it go through the opposite side, so it actually went all the way through the banana. Then I just held it in place and took one photo of myself holding the banana on top of the plate with a shish kebab stick in it. And then I took another photo with no banana at all in the frame. And you're going to see why, because we're going to combine the two in Photoshop later. And I couldn't get the banana to go vertically. You can only do it horizontally if you're using the shish kebab stick. And you can try all sorts of different layouts of the pieces. It's up to you about what you want to do with that. But here's the final result. And I did touch up the photo in Photoshop a little bit. And now you can also do this with oranges and apples and any sort of fruit you want to. With this orange picture, I was using another shish kebab stick and I just sliced it through just like the banana. And this was the final result. Now instead of using a shish kebab stick, you can also use toothpicks. As you can see, you can place 4 toothpicks underneath the apple, cut the apple in different ways, and then just shove a bunch of toothpicks everywhere around the apple, and it doesn't fall apart or anything, because apples are hard. So apples work very well. This is the final result. I kind of left a toothpick there in that one because I thought it looked cool, or I left one of them in. And then here it is when I removed all the toothpicks. So let's go in Photoshop and learn how to combine the photos. Alright, so we are in Photoshop now, and I've put the layers here. You can see there's just the regular layer and the banana layer. So what we got to do is, like usual, create the layer mask, select it, and grab a brush and start erasing that shish kebab stick. And the parts where the shish kebab stick is above the banana, we will fix that later. We're going to do that right after we just get rid of the shish kebab stick in its normal state, so to say. So let's just go in here, erase that stick, and we got one more left. Kind of erase it like that. And now we're going to go over here. By the way, to move the picture around like that, I'm holding the space bar, and that gives me the little hand icon so I can move it around. So now we've got the regular stick gone. Now we're going to erase the stick where it's on the banana. So what we're going to do is select the regular layer, not the layer mask, but the regular layer, and then grab the clone stamp tool. And then we are just going to hold Alt on a layer near the stick and then click like normal to paste that on there. And you're probably gonna have to do it multiple times in order to get the proper mix going. Another thing that you can do that may work in some cases is grab the rectangular marquee tool, make a selection of just the stick, and then push Shift Backspace, and then this little window will pop up, and you want to select Content Aware on there, and then just push OK, and then it might just fill it in for you automatically, so you won't have to use the clone stamp tool 100%. Now that feature is only available in Adobe Photoshop CS5 or above, so if you have CS4 below, you're out of luck and you're just going to have to use the clone stamp tool. You might want to reduce the softness on the clone stamp tool as well. That will help give it a better mix so it doesn't look as pixelated and glitchy, so to say. So, got that done. Now I'm just going to erase this part right here that I missed before. And bammo, let's see how that looks. Yeah, no one will be able to tell that that was unreal. Okay, I got that one done. Next is this one. So how am I going to do this? I think what I'll do is just start off using the clone stamp tool and see how that goes. Remember to select the normal layer and not the layer mask. Okay, sometimes this can be tricky because the lighting does not always look very real. So you're going to have to do it multiple times, usually, just to get it perfect. And I'm thinking that's good enough. I don't think people would be able to tell. Let's see. You can tell a little bit. I'm just going to grab some dark areas and paste that on there. There, now that looks good. That looks fine right there. Now we're going to do the next one. And I'll speed this up so you don't have to watch me for like, I don't know, 5 minutes doing this. Alright, so as you can see, I've got all that done pretty much, and now I'm just going to start erasing the hand with using my layer mask. For this area, it's could be easy. I could try grabbing my quick select tool and just making a selection of my hand. And you want to make sure that the add to selection is checked and not the subtract. So go in here, select the hand, and there we go. We got the selection. Now we're going to go back to the mask, and remember we're going to press Control Backspace to fill it in with black, or the background color. So bammo, that's done. That took like 15 seconds. And now I'm just going to clean it up by getting a soft brush, a large soft brush, and just mix that in there so no one can tell that that ever happened. Oh, you don't want to be careful you don't get the banana with the soft edge, because that will really give it away that you photoshopped this. And now you can see, if you look closely, even when I use the soft brush, you can see that one of the photos is brighter. So, and I'll make more of a selection right here so you can really tell. You'll be able to really see what I'm talking about. See how this is brighter? How that little spiral I just made is brighter? That's because one of the photos is brighter or darker. So in order to fix this, I'm just going to select the banana picture. Go to Image, Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast. And I'm just going to brighten this picture up just a little until that marking goes away. Now it's still there, just barely, but it's dramatically reduced. I'm thinking about 4. 4 is the best possible brightness level. So I'm just going to click OK. And so here's the before and after. So I just fixed that, just nudging the brightness, just 4 little points. Okay, now back to the hand. Going to the layer mask, grabbing my brush, and erasing this sucker. And actually, You know what? I'm gonna try making the quick selection, and that worked out pretty well. So it did get some of the banana right here though. So let's see if we can grab the subtract from selection and just get rid of that. See if that works. Okay, good. It worked. Sometimes the quick select tool does not work perfectly, so you always have to fine-tune this thing, but it is faster than using the pen tool, I must admit. Okay, got that done, hopefully. So now I'm just gonna fill that in with black on the layer mask, and bammo. Done. Now I'm gonna get rid of those little edges that it missed with a soft brush. Just get rid of that there. And you shall see the final piece in a momentito. Oh, gotta be careful. Just raise the hardness if that happens. Okay, good enough. Alright, there it is. So now let's make some final touch-ups here. First of all, I want to get rid of that little dust spot on the very top right. I gotta clean my camera. And to do that, I am just going to grab my clone stamp tool and do this. Click here and click here, and it's gone. So bam. Now we should straighten it. So let's go to the eyedropper tool, click and hold down on our mouse key, and then go to the ruler tool. I believe the ruler tool is in a different location on CS4 or below. It might be down where this arrow is or where the pen tool is. So if it's not here and you're in CS4 or below, then it's probably somewhere else. But I'm in CS5, so this is how it works. I'm going to grab the ruler tool and I'm just going to make a line from here to here. I'm just going to trace over the countertop line that was right there. And then I'm going to go up here and click straighten, and that is going to straighten the image perfectly. So it looks really good and professional. And if you're on CS4 or below, you are going to have to make a line using the ruler tool and then click image rotation arbitrary, and then it will automatically give you the angle right there, and then you would just click OK and it would straighten it. But we're in CS5, so we can use the ruler tool and just click the straighten button up there, and it's no biggie. So we got that done. Now what else could we do to this picture? Let me click auto contrast. That just made it a little brighter. And let me try experimenting with auto color and auto tone. Sometimes it gives you a cool result, like that looks pretty decent right there. But other times it's not the best. But I do think the auto tone does make it look better. Because like before, it looks like it has this kind of yellow, orangish, reddish hue just kind of covering the entire picture. But when you click auto tone, that goes away and it fills the color with the true color of what it should be.